Hey there, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're a returning viewer. First things first, I am trying to film with a little bit of a different view. I'm really trying to get a better view that's more A, aesthetically pleasing, but also B, that you can actually see a little bit better. So I'm hoping this up top view from above is better than where I normally film, which is like kind of off on this side. So let me know down below in the comments. It would really help me A, to continue to grow and be better at what I'm doing, and then B, also it will help bring more people to my channel, which is always a goal. But I'm grateful if you are a returning viewer, and if you're new, I'm grateful that you clicked on the video to begin with. This is my paycheck budget. We're doing my paycheck from May 22nd, 2026, covering us until June the 4th. Our next paycheck is on June the 5th. A couple things have changed. I feel like I say this every single time that I check in. I'm just in this really weird flux of jobs and money, and things are like strange. I'm a psychiatric nurse, but also a psychiatric nurse practitioner. I still work as needed as a nurse at a detox center, and then I also work as a nurse practitioner part-time right now, which will eventually become full-time. I'm also looking at additional part-time roles just to kind of bring in more income. With nurse practitioner work, obviously you bill through the insurance. Moral of the story, it takes a long time to get reimbursed, and then those reimbursement rates can vary depending on the type of insurance or if the claims go through and things like that. So I am back paid by about like anywhere from 4 to 9 weeks at a time. So the money that I got from this pay period was money that I probably billed all the way back in April. So as you can imagine, things take a while to build up. And because I am a new grad and this is a new position for me, I'm not at full status with my patients yet. I'm kind of building up every week, and so I don't have a full caseload, which means I'm not making a full income yet. What I brought home from my nurse practitioner job was $19.50. I want to be very clear, I am 1099, and this is all the money that came in before I took any taxes out. I'm just going to be honest. Please don't take this as advice. Please consult your tax expert. I am neither a money nor a tax expert, which, if that's not clear, it will be as we go through this budget. This is what came in. Normally you would set aside about 30%. That's a general rule of thumb. Now, I am not putting any of this away towards taxes because, for one, I'm not making enough money in a month right now for it to really be taxed. Additionally, I have so many deductions that come out with mileage and health insurance that the amount I would take out for mileage and health insurance this month alone would offset any money I would have put aside. That being said, I want to be clear, I'm going to start putting the 30% away in June. So starting with my June paychecks, 30% of the money that comes in will be going away for taxes. Just so I don't set that as a precedent and then get used to all that money coming in and then owing the IRS, which we had a little bit of situation back in April when I found out that my employer was not deducting enough taxes, and I ended up owing the IRS $5,000. Part of the reason why I ended up in credit card debt after being a non-credit card debt person for over 7 years is because I owed the IRS $5,000 in April, of which I didn't know that I owed them. So I had to take all of my savings and kind of throw it at the IRS and put a bunch of stuff on credit cards, because to me that credit card interest was not as bad as having to deal with the IRS, basically. I am sorry for a very long-winded rant that had probably nothing to do with this necessarily and this budget, but that's what I do here. I ramble and I rant about random financial things. So anyway, let's get into the budget before I keep rambling about things that are neither here nor there. Money that came in from my psych NP job was $19.50. I'm starting back at working PRN at a detox center 1 to 2-ish times a month, maybe 3 if I can swing it, which will be great to have that consistent income. I know that's coming in. I don't have to wait for things to clear insurance. It'll just be money coming in. I had $864 that I pulled out of my cash envelope sitting over here. This is money that had been spent on credit cards that I pulled out of the cash envelopes that needs to kind of go back and swing back into the budget. I have $35 sitting in my Chase account and $40 in Capital One. I have a little bit more than these numbers, but these are the numbers that I would say I can actually use of that money that's sitting in those accounts. So I just put the money on here that I can use, not the total that's in the accounts. This gives me a grand total of $2,889 to play with for the next 2 weeks. And spoiler alert, we don't get to play because we've got goals and we've got some credit card debt. It is not fun, and we're trying to get up and steady as a nurse practitioner, and these are rough times. Don't get me started on the gas. We're gonna get there when we get there, but oh my God. I keep upping the budget, and I'm just like, I can't go up any higher. I'm not really sure how we're gonna keep swinging this, but alas, we will. I do have about $1,300 sitting in my 1 month ahead account. My 1 month ahead account is what I always store next month's rent and car payment in. I have about $1,300 in there. My rent is $1,450 total, so this will give us enough to hit June's rent, and then I'm going to save half of my car payment. Total amount is $470, half $235, and that leaves us with $90 to save for June's car payment on the 13th. Hopefully my next couple of paychecks will be a little beefier so I can start saving for July's rent, and so on and so forth. My phone, I'm not paying this 2 weeks. The gym already came out. Internet already came out. My collaborating agreement is an agreement that I have as a nurse practitioner with a physician so that they are watching what I am doing, essentially. To be honest with you, it's more of a loophole than a, how do I say this? It's like a loophole in a regulation in a state statute and law that we have to follow legally. And I do, and we follow them legally. Absolutely, we follow the agreements. But in a lot of other states, nurse practitioners don't have this. This is something that Illinois specifically requires. And it's not just because I work in psych. It is our family nurse practitioners, our acute gero, like all of our nurse practitioners in Illinois must have a collaborating physician for at least the first 4,000 hours. So I will be paying this $780 a month unless I can find a cheaper agreement somewhere for at least 4,000 hours. I'm nowhere close. I just started in April. I shall become comfy with my little $780 a month. Next up is health insurance, another one that is driving me absolutely bananas and bonkers. I pay $355 a month for my Marketplace United Health Insurance. I have not a low tier, but I have a high deductible. I don't know why I did that to myself. And these get paid on credit cards just so I know that even if I don't have the money, these are going to be paid for, and that's the collaborating agreement and the health insurance. I don't want to play games with, hey, right now money is kind of in flux. I'd rather just know that they're going to get paid on the credit cards and they'll pay them back. So these are noting where I'm sending these totals to. So I'll send half of my collaborating agreement to my Slate card, and this will go to my Southwest card. I'm having a lot of problems with my health insurance. I have a lot of health issues that I've mentioned in a lot of videos. If you would have caught me in January of last year, I would have told you that I am extremely healthy and there's nothing wrong with me. And then, ha ha ha, you know, fast forward 12 months and I've had, you know, a labral tear, a stress fracture, and now I have a chronic illness. So things are just really, really looking up over here. If you can't tell, I'm the queen of sarcasm and morbid humor because honestly, what else are we gonna do, right? Like, this is life. It throws you curveballs. There's really not much we can do except figure out a way through it, right? So I have a high deductible health insurance plan. I will be changing to Blue Cross for next year, even if it costs me like $600 a month. I just went to Walgreens this week to pick up only two of my medications. And I paid $792 out of pocket. And by out of pocket, I mean I put them on the credit cards because I don't have $792 for medications right now, including the $30 that's being brought tomorrow for my dog. So that's like a whole other medicine category. So this week alone, I've spent over $800 on prescriptions, and I've been on the phone all week with the insurance company asking them why they're denying to cover at a higher percentage. And moral of the story, it's basically in the terms of the high deductible plan, but last month they covered it at $25 and now they won't. And so it's a lot of hubbub and a lot of back and forth with the insurance company. Needless to say, I will not be continuing to use United Healthcare for my Marketplace insurance next year. We will be going back to Blue Cross because even if I pay more a month, even if I pay $600 a month, I'm still going to be saving money because of all the money I'm spending out of pocket on prescriptions and things with United. Additionally, I do need an MRI for my hip. This will be the second MRI I've had in 6 months on my hip, the third one that I've had in 6 months total. And the insurance is refusing to cover that MRI, stating it's not medically necessary, despite 4 physicians sending them letters that it is medically necessary. So I am not having fun right now with the insurance companies, and I'm just kind of at a loss of what to do with fighting them. And this is coming from somebody who works in healthcare and medicine and knows the things to say a little bit better than I think, like, you know, the average person. Like, I know how to fight things a little bit more at a higher, like, medical component to it. Like, I can use more of my medical knowledge as a nurse/nurse practitioner to explain why it's medically necessary for me to have these medications and or these procedures. And even with that, they're just fighting tooth and nail. So that is where we're at with that. I'm going to continue to go into medical debt over the summer until my income can kind of offset my medical issues, basically. Malpractice insurance, also something that legally I have to carry as a nurse practitioner. It's $52 a month, and I will gladly pay that $52 a month. Apple, I pay for extra storage, I think, which is $2.99. My ComEd, which is my energy bill for my apartment, is $81.11. Half of my car payment, as I mentioned earlier, is $235. I'm going to throw $400 at my Southwest card. This is the one that currently has interest on it, and the Slate does not. So I'm trying to get as much of a balance off of the Southwest first, and then if something's have to outstand on the Slate, they can. I still have like over 20, I think I still have like 18 months of no interest on the Slate, so I'd rather put things on the Slate with no interest than the Southwest. So I'm kind of working on getting that Southwest one paid off and all my bills moved on to the Slate one if I have to put them on a credit card. Spotify is $19.99. They just emailed me about a price increase, but it will not affect me unless I decide to change my plan. And I don't know. Everything is so expensive. I feel like I'm a broken record by continuing to say that. YouTube is $15.99, and I don't watch any TV or anything like that. I don't pay for any like Netflix or anything, subscriptions on the TV. The only thing I watch is YouTube. So I figure that that's a fair price considering it's the only thing that I actually watch or consume. My car and renter's insurance came out of my account already, but it was $120, but it already came out. Amazon already came out, which was $14.99. Target shipped already came out, which was $4.99. I am going to cancel one or both of these. I'm playing with numbers and trying to decide which one is more cost effective, because when I do shipped orders, I feel like it's inappropriate to have people deliver things without tipping them, because I do ship on the side and I know how that is, and you're not paid a livable income without the tips. And so if people are going to deliver things to me, I think it's inappropriate to not tip them. And so does the amount of tips that I pay for this offset my Amazon? I don't want to support Amazon. Amazon is an absolutely trash company, but it's very convenient, and a lot of my dog's supplements and things like that are only available on Amazon. So it's kind of a pain in the butt. I don't really know where to go with that, but I'm gonna continue figuring that out. My student loans start in June. I got income-based repayment until June of next year, down to $435 a month. They wanted me to pay $1,005 a month. I don't have an income to support paying $1,005 right now. Obviously, in a year, my situation might be different as a nurse practitioner. I might be making enough where I could throw a lot of extra money at my student loans. Hopefully, that's the goal. But we're not there. We're not even like a whiff of there. Like, we're not even near there. Like, we're like, hey, can we afford to put food on the table for the next 2 weeks? Or are we eating like out of the back of the cabinets? That's where we're at right now. We're like, hey, is the money in the account, or are we putting it on the credit card? That's how we're living right now. We're not living $1,005 student loan payments. So anyway, I am saving half of this. I got it down to $435 for the next 11 months. I have a ton of medical bills outstanding. I went to the emergency room for a migraine. I have physical therapy outstanding from when I broke my femur, or stress fractured my femur rather. I have to see a provider for my ADHD medication, and then I have a migraine specialist and a primary care physician and 2 therapists. Good Lord. So many bills, not enough money. Anyway, I'm spending a lot of money on medical bills. We're just paying payments towards them right now. If I somehow come into a slew of money, I will pay off all these medical debts. My Endeavor is sitting around $500. I think I owe Northwestern somewhere around like $3. Athletico, I think I owe them like $60, and my nurse practitioner bill is like $189. So they're not like extensive bills. I'm not like owing anybody thousands of dollars, but my independent providers, like my nurse practitioner, my therapists, the ones that aren't in a system, I feel more compelled to pay them first because I know that their income depends on that money versus these big systems. These physicians are W-2, so they get paid whether I pay the bill or not. So I feel a little less bad about, paying slowly on those bills than I do for like these independent providers, if that makes sense. I would like to get rid of this medical debt. I want that to be clear. I'm not like excited about the fact that I'm hanging on to it. I don't need anything for groceries. I have about $22 on a gift card from Target of stuff that I returned. So if I really need something like milk, eggs, something I run out of, I can go and grab that with the gift card. I don't need anything for the house. I stocked up last week and the week before. Toiletries, I'll put 5. I'm not out of anything, but I'm getting a little low on lotion and a little low on shampoo, I believe. 0 on coffee. I have a little credit card gift that was given to me, so I'll be charging any coffees to that instead of spending out of my account. I'm going to give myself 15 for spending. I don't need anything right now. To be honest, this will probably go towards my little side business that I'm doing just for fun. It's not going to be anything that's really going to make revenue, but I have been making my own dog treats for years and years and years now. So, I decided why not make them and give them out to people and see if they like them. So I've been spending a little bit of money to like kind of make the treat bags and like make the website, and like that stuff was free. But of course I had to buy like sticker paper to make the labels and things like that, and like ribbon to like tie the bags. But I'm not doing it to necessarily be profitable. It would be really awesome if it could be, but I just don't foresee that. Fresh homemade frozen dog treats, like it's a very niche thing. So anyway, that will likely be where that $15 goes. I increased my gas to $220 for the next 2 weeks. I still don't think that this will be enough, but I'm hopeful. And then I have enough in my dog sitting folder that I don't need to put a lot. Normally I put about like, I don't know, $130 every 2 weeks, but I have enough in there right now to pay for the next 2 weeks, so I'm just gonna put 20 in there. I am starting to put into my Roth IRA. I know that this is controversial considering I still have debt, but I mean $15.92 is not going to put me in extravagant amounts of debt to where I can't recover. And then last but not least, through this rambly budget with me video, my medications that I spent $700 and something on, I'm going to throw $246 towards that card to try to offset some of it. Again, not offsetting all of it. I could pull out of my emergency fund if I really wanted to and pay off the rest, but at this point I feel better about having the emergency fund there than I would about paying off the rest of that card. As per usual, none of the rest of my sinking funds and savings envelopes are getting funded because there just isn't the money to do so. There's literally nothing going in for the rest of my budget. And that is it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm so sorry for the Chatty Cathy video. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know if you like this new view a little bit better. Any recommendations or ideas, I'm welcome to hearing them. I would love to hear from you down below. I'm trying to grow this channel and this community. I'm honestly just sharing because I feel like when I used to log in and watch YouTube videos of budgeting content, it was always people making tons and tons of money, and it just never felt like something I was going to reach, and it never felt realistic to me. until I started specifically looking at budgeters who were in circumstances like me, who were in debt, who were doing things to get out of that situation, who were single mothers, who had low income. And although not all of those things apply to me, I've never necessarily been like low income, but I'm not a content creator making, you know, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars from content creation every month. And I feel like those are most of who we see on budgeting content. You have to really kind of go out and seek those smaller creators. There are a ton of creators who I have loved watching, and I will tag a few of them in the description box below. Specifically off the top of my head, Gen 2.0 has been absolutely one of my favorite journeys to watch since she started her YouTube channel back in the fall. Her first video got sent to my algorithm and I just literally fell in love with watching her. Like, she has such a joyous spirit and just a good attitude. She's not, you know, saying that she knows everything. She shows you what she's learning along the way. I love her content. Also, Rachel, who I will tag in the comments below. We kind of chit chat a couple times back and forth on like comments to each other on YouTube videos, but I love her, and also her dog is so cute. But she is so real, so authentic, so raw with her journey. Another person that I think just really lays it all out there for you and no holds barred about like what real life looks like sometimes. And then Debt Free Millennials is another one I really like. I was featured on one of her videos, and Justine is lovely and fabulous and so kind. She's just as kind as she appears in videos. Super knowledgeable, had so much like insight for me, and just was able to kind of help me hold myself accountable while also giving me advice on how to kind of move forward. It was such a great balance of accountability but positive reinforcement, and I just really enjoyed her. And then I watch a ton of cash stuffing budgeters, tons of them. Cash and Calling is one of my favorites. Of course, it's like when you tell people that you have so many recommendations and then your mind goes blank. But I will tag a bunch of people in the comments of videos that I absolutely love. And then last one I'm going to shout out, and then I'll let you guys go. But I have been loving Debt in the City. I have been binge watching every single video of hers. I found her this last week in May, and I literally went back and watched every video she's put out since the summer because I just gobbled up her content. She is so fun, so like friendly, so real. I really gravitate towards these budgeters that are in real life situations like the rest of us versus like the big content creators who are making thousands and thousands and thousands. And granted, I think that that's something we can all aspire to or think about and dream about, but there's also that need to validate like what's real and what's now. So anyway, thank you so much if you made it to the end of the video. If you did watch to the end of the video, could you give a blue heart in the comments? I will see you in the next one. Bye!